Alright. Let's do this again, shall we? Custom game. Create a local. Go here, create as a player. Right here. Boom. Alright. And that's impacts. Yep.
Op 4 has yet to locate a bomb.
Ah, team, don't worry, guys. I'll do rotates and all such thing. You guys need some cams? I got you. I'm gonna put one right here. Maybe I'll put one right here. And I'm gonna put one up there. All right, there we go. Now how do I die? I don't think there's any way in hell I can die. Can I go to the next round? No.
You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Oh yeah, you can go up here. Perfect.
Mission failed. All friendlies have been neutralized.
Really, it's every fucking round I gotta do this shit? Alright, whatever. Come on.
Your mission is to locate and defuse a bomb. We have been eliminated.
Okay.
Bomb locations are
Okay,
secure.
first of all, you need a nitro cell. You need to have a nitro cell with Valkyrie, or you're throwing, alright? And you can't put cameras outside anymore. I'm sorry, OGs. You can't. Now, when it comes to camera placements, it kind of depends on the situation that you're in, and you need to know the map. The map is your king, all right? That is your kingpin, all right? That is the main thing you need to know about playing Valkyrie. Because if you just start throwing cams everywhere, this ain't gonna work, all right? This just not gonna work. So, personally, let's say I'm in this site. Personally, if I'm in this site I would low-key put one right here. You're probably like, why? You get a nice sight of here, and you get a nice sight here. And you can get to see everything. Obviously, you have to do better hidden stuff, but like that's kind of the point of Valkyrie. It's nice to have a camera in objective, looking through. You can see windows, sorta. But also, when it comes to this, let's say this map, or when it comes to Valkyrie, you need to know where the enemies are coming from. If you do not know map, you need to have map knowledge, you need to have game knowledge, and you need to know where they're coming from, alright? And you're probably like, well, map knowledge and knowing where they're coming from, ain't that the same thing? No. No, it's not. I would say, personally, no, it's not. So, maybe putting one right here, this is obviously just examples, you don't have to go by this, but having these here gives you a nice way to know where these people are. So you have one in sight, you have one in here, it's nice to have this knowledge. Hell, put them somewhere even, like more hidden, because at the end of the day, it's preference. It's preference on where you want to put them, because you could even put it right there, and this doesn't actually help. So maybe like right under there. Will that work? There we go. See, look at that. See, look at that. You can even put it here. Like at the end of the day, Valkyrie is a very creative operator, but I will say that when it comes to getting her down, it's intermediate, but becoming really good with her is an expert thing to do. I feel like she's pretty hard to use when it comes to new players. I feel like if you're starting out the game, you'd probably be like, oh, Valkyrie's really cool, you can put your cameras or anything like that. I would say yes, mostly that is the case, but it is very hard to master her, I would say. Some people say that she's not a roaming operator. She's definitely a roaming operator. But you see how we have this whole hallway, this whole, I call it lanes. You have this whole lane here where this is just like, you know, dead space in my opinion. Not dead space, holy shit. All right. You see how there's like a whole lane here? This is a very high octane location of friendlies and enemies. So maybe having a cam here for some knowledge might actually help you a lot. But knowing where to put it might be the hardest thing for you to learn. I low-key made a heart. Let's see where that goes. Not bad of a camera, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you can even put it like right there. Will that even work? Let's see. See, even with this high octane lane where enemies and friendlies can coexist one another here, it's nice to have a camera that kind of shows you the lane. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have this type of knowledge, even for solo queue. It's very nice. You just gotta get creative with it. I can't teach you placements of cameras or sneaky spots to put cameras. That is something that you will learn by yourself. That's the same thing with aiming. Aiming is the same thing. I think her kit is really good. You get a deagle. Oh, here, let me just do that. And we can even put this right there. And she also comes with a nitrocell, which is fantastic. Don't use impacts. So what? Don't use impacts. Use nitrocell, MPX. Find good drone. Find good camera placements. I'd say have one in OBJ, maybe even two. Certain maps might make you have to use that. And then thirdly, put cameras in hotspot locations where you know the enemy is going to show up for. And that's basically it. You basically mastered Valkyrie. I would say she's a very hard player when it comes to, or a very hard operator when it comes to getting her down. But if you're, new and whatnot, you probably already, or if you're already, yeah. Oh my God. All right, that's good. I'll take all that. I'll fucking take all that. Maybe if I got better with words, that would be awesome as fuck. Alright, let me go jump off a fucking building. This is low-key gonna be a very quick stream. Just because I just streamed for like 4 hours. Is there anything else I need to do with Valkyrie? I'm like trying to think. Cause I already have a clip of canceling bomb plant and getting a double kill with that. Maybe I could do better. I could do better cameras. Maybe I could do a better camera. That might be pretty good. Honestly, I should do border. Border, I have some pretty, oh my God, come on. I have some pretty disgusting drone spots. But I feel like it's not, I could say that as well. I think it's finding good spots or like crazy locations of cameras. I feel like that's not really like what Valkyrie is there for. I mean, it's nice to have some dope locations of finding a camera. But I just don't think that's like the main thing that Valkyrie is there for. I don't know. I mean, that's a flex. It's nice to find really good locations for I have frags, right? Yeah. I mean, it's good to find, good camera locations, but I just don't think that's like the main thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that's the main thing for Jesus. I don't know. What the helicopter doing? Oh, oh wait, it's over. Oh, perfect. Then I could do, what, Chalet, right? Chalet? I think the next match, that's what's going, right? Yeah, what's the next match? Yeah, Chalet, okay. Match options, can I change? Oh, I can go coastline. Do I have good spots for coastline? I do. I have like some really like I have some pretty default cams. Okay, for example, coastline. You are spawning hookah, right? You're in Hookah Lounge, and you are Valkyrie.
Keep an eye out for
So obviously you have this all reinforced, blah, 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 right? Here's some default placements that people just don't really care for. This one usually gets shot pretty fast, so you don't really put it there. Why you don't put it there? It's easy. You put it down here. Put it down here. Or you at least you try to. Fuck. Honestly, I should take my own advice. I never really put it down here. So, first default cam that people really don't know, or it's pretty hard to, you know, do, is you put it under this bench place, right? Because people have to lay down to get this camera off of you. And hell, you could even put it like maybe like more over here, you know what I mean? And so you can get an idea of the window. And you basically, you counter a default plant here. Because the plants usually goes off right here. Second camera location. Oh god. This place is a very high octane energy base location of enemy bases. So I usually like to put a camera right here. Preference. You know, at the end of the day, people don't really want to look up. Because if they go from this door, they have to look up at it and shoot it, and you have this whole opening where Doc can kill them, or, you know, Idea right here, or Idea over there. You have three options, you can get a trade here. Same thing with this guy over here, because I believe you can't see it. Don't ever break barricades like that. Look, see? You get a blind spot, you can't see it. They have to be, like, right there, and you could still barely see it. And I can see you, but you can barely see it, because some people might like to hold a corner here. You get to hear audio. Don't forget, Valkyrie cams have audio, by the way. You can have audio. Watch, I can do this. See? You can hear the nitrocell go from my right ear, or in front of me, I mean. I have shitty headset. And then it goes to the left ear. This has audio. This camera has audio. These even have audio as well, but they're very shitty. This is just, you know, some 99-cent store cameras. But Valkyrie cameras, I swear to God, they're just more HD. And just to prove my point, watch, we'll go to the 90 camera. I don't know. It sounds muffled. But you still get direction audio from cameras. Yeah, that's my, like, a little place. And then, this is kind of like a 50-50. This is another reason why Valkyrie I consider a very expert character, or an intermediate character, is because you gotta know if the enemy team, do they like hard breaching? Or do they not like to hard breach? Because you might be with a bunch of fraggers, you know what I mean? So, if they're hard breaching, I usually put a camera right there. You throw it there, you get a nice soft wall, you get to hear all the audio, you get to hear the audio in 90 hallway, you get to hear the audio from windows, you get to hear the audio from the first floor. This is a prime camera, even if they're not even reinforced, or not even hard breaching. I feel like this is a good camera nonetheless. It's easily to get shot, so you gotta make sure you do it as fast as you can, so you don't get droned. But at the end of the day, I bet you guys have better ideas of putting cameras. I'm not saying, hey, put it in these locations and you are gonna win indefinitely. But having an idea of how to play Valkyrie is nice to have. Because, once again, look, I have one in OBJ, like I said in the beginning. OBJ, camera, boom. Have one that somewhat shows the OBJ camera, but then you have this that shows it indefinitely. Let's say if they break up let's say they break up, they broke the whole wall here. They broke the whole wall here. Guess what? You get to see inside with this camera if they don't shoot it. Obviously, IQ counters you. She can find all your drones. Sadly, Dokkaebi, not sadly, but Dokkaebi can counter you with, you know, finding your cameras by killing someone of your teammates. And you gotta realize, you can play Valkyrie pretty well in certain maps, maybe like Shalette, but you need to know that sometimes your team might not even know how to use your Valkyrie cameras. This is talking about solo queue. Obviously, as a team thing, Valkyrie is probably your best friend when it comes to having a squad up, you're squatting up, and you have a whole team with you, and you have comms. That will always be the best, but I'm talking about solo queue. That's probably what's going to be in the title, too. But these are just good hot locations, easy pings for your team, for anything, especially when communication wheel comes out for Siege X. That's going to definitely help you out when it comes to these type of things. But yeah, that's Valkyrie. I don't like making 30-minute videos on Valkyrie. I'm not going to make a 30-minute video on Valkyrie. It's probably going to be like 8 to 10 minutes because fuck that. I don't like it when people do 28, 30-minute fucking videos unless they're showing gameplay, which I will probably show gameplay as well, but very, 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 very lightly. But, all right, I'm going to go download Siege X now, and I'm going to leave it to you guys, all right? You all have a good one, all right? Thank you for whomever is watching. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you. And anyone that watched the last stream, thank you, thank you. Sorry that it crashed, but yeah, that's basically it. We hit Emerald 3. Bye.